It's time for Wrestling for the Culture, where we take a look inside to see what the wrestlers of color have been doing this week. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's Wrestling for the Culture. First of Black History Month, and we have a stacked show for you today. But before we get started, make sure you are following the Wrestling Realm on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. On Facebook is The Wrestling Realm. Join the Facebook fan page and join the Facebook group where you can talk wrestling with some good people. And of course, subscribe on YouTube at The Wrestling Realm. That's youtube.com/The Wrestling Realm. The real Dwayne Allen and myself putting together some great content. And of course, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, you name it, we're there. And if you're on Anchor and you feel like, guess what? You know what? I want to support the show. Feel free. Make a donation. Just go right on Anchor and drop a couple of dollars to support the show. Keep giving you all this free content. So, and like I said, at Wrestling Realm, on Instagram and Twitter. So let's get right into this week's show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new United States champion, and his name is R-Truth, folks. Now, of course, I gotta mention it because guess what? This is Wrestling for the Culture. I saw people saying, oh, Vince thinks he's slick. WWE think they're slick. They're gonna give us black champions, but only the mid-card titles. So what? Shut up. Got the titles. We got R-Truth as a United States champion. We have Bobby Lashley as the Intercontinental champion. And guess what? It all makes sense. What happened with R-Truth? I mean, the guy's been putting in work. He didn't get a chance to go into the Royal Rumble. You're not going to put him in a WWE Championship match because he missed his spot. So you give him the next best thing. And the thing is about that, when you really think about it, right? You're not going to do that because we all know he's not going to be Daniel Bryan. Let's be real. So you put him in the United States Championship match. It's a match to say, oh, he's not going to beat Shinsuke. And what did he do? Surprising. Now, it looked a little fishy. I'll admit. Was that a 3 count? Did the ref make a mistake? Maybe, maybe not. Did the WWE say, you know what? Let's make it look like that, and then we'll call the rest of the show on the night. Rusev comes out there. He wants a rematch. Guess what? Ain't no automated rematches anymore, buddy. Triple H told us that a couple of weeks ago. Well, we got Rusev and R-Truth, and R-Truth beat him too. Of course, the two would team up and they beat up R-Truth. So I figured when there wasn't a redo, it must have been meant to happen. Stick it right in the WWE on Monday Night Raw. Right there, you can see if you're watching on YouTube on your screen. Nia Jax manhandling Alexa Bliss, former best friend, and they wasn't friends, then they cool again. Nonetheless, Nia Jax and Tamina, the team that I picked from day one, they are officially in the Women's Tag Team Elimination Chamber to crown the first, I ain't gonna say first ever, but the first in a long time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So Nia Jax and Tamina getting it done. There's some people, I'll just talk about this real quick, and I'll talk about it more on Break It Down with Brian H. We saw a lot of people talking about, it's not fair. Raw has to earn their way, while SmackDown teams are just declaring their spots. Well, when the roster's kind of unbalanced, that's what tends to happen. Let's move on. So what's going on? Becky Lynch was on Twitter and she did this little thing called Ask the Man. Used the hashtag. She tried to answer the questions before the Royal Rumble. So at Creator Eagle, he decided to say, when do we want to see you and The Rock in the ring? And Becky Lynch said, the People's Champion versus the Man of the People? The Rock says, let's break WWE records. One night, one match, winner, take all. And of course, Becky would respond, you're on, let's make some history. The man smells what's cooking. Well, I was on the Big Gold Belt podcast earlier this week. And one of the subjects that came up, shout out to them over there. My boy 2 Chainz for making it happen, bringing together the DMV panel. Which I will give you some clips. You'll hear some of that on this week's episode of Break It Down with Brian H. But you got to go to the Big Gold Wrestling Belt channel to get the full show. I promise you will be entertained. And one of the questions came up was, would we ever see intergender wrestling in the WWE? I said, I don't have to have it. That's what the independent is for. But only if it makes sense. This right here would be a fun match. This would be, let's be real, be a novelty act, but nonetheless, it would still be fun. So guess what? If they want to do it, I'm with it. Sad news coming this week. Ember Moon will be out. She messed up her shoulder. I don't want to say it was broken because I can't remember if that's what she said, so I don't want to misquote the diagnosis. But nonetheless, she hurt her shoulder, and therefore, she will be out 6 to 12 months. So definitely sending out prayers for Ember Moon. As what a stint, I believe over 53 minutes in the Royal Rumble matchup, only for her to be out. So that sucks. Just goes to show you that this is real, folks. The stuff these people do for our entertainment. Let's move on. So, you see Bianca Belair on the screen, man. What's going on? Recently, during the pre-show, before the NXT TakeOver pre-show, Sam Roberts had a nerve to say, Bianca Belair does not belong on the TakeOver. She does not belong on that match. And I thought that was quite ignorant. It was a very ignorant statement. But not only did I feel that way, so did Mark Henry. And Mark Henry says, I think Sam bumped his head. I thought, let me make sure I get this right. Okay, I thought that he is entitled to his opinion of she won't win tonight, or saying she won't win, or saying why she won't win. But it was completely out of line for saying she wasn't deserving, didn't belong there, and that it was a waste of match. He owes her an apology. That is something he owes her an apology for. You don't owe me an apology. I could take it or leave it, but I did not agree that you say an opinion that is not justified by some evidence that says that's necessary to say. Okay, that's necessary to say. So Robert said he wouldn't apologize. But yeah, alright. Again, you're entitled to your opinion. I know that's why they put him on the shows. But let's be real. Who is Sam Roberts? What has he done besides be a radio show and podcast? That's what I always go to. When people get out there and they say these things about these wrestlers and these performers about, yeah, we all do it. We all critics in some way. We might say this was a bad match, or, didn't really like this match. This person can't work. But you have to be careful. Because can you do it? And I always say that. And I know a lot of people don't like that fact that I say it, but it's the truth. Can you do it? Can you go out there and wrestle? Can you go out there and put your body on fire? To say this woman does not deserve it was just absolutely irresponsible. Some opinions, just keep to yourself and shut up, like Sam Roberts. Let's move on. SmackDown. Usos. They are going to the Elimination Chamber to challenge Shane O'Mac and The Miz for the WWE Tag Team titles after they defeated Heavy Machinery, The Bar, and The New Day in an Elimination Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. Alright, let's move on. WWE Worlds collided, where we saw wrestlers from 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK they had a tournament. They had a battle royal in the tournament. I saw some of it, didn't get the chance to see all of it, but I do know the results. But let's talk about the wrestlers of color. So, Cedric Alexander, he was in there. He was one and done. Keith Lee was in there. He defeated Travis Banks in the first round, but he fell to Adam Cole in the second round. But then there was the Velveteen Dream. In the first round, he defeated Tony Nese. In the second round, he defeated Humberto Carrillo. And then in the finals, the third round, defeated Jordan Delvin. And then in the finals, defeated Tyler Bate. The Velveteen Dream has the right to challenge anybody in those brands for a championship on his time. Now, when you think about it, you think, okay, for those who do not know, spoiler alert, there was a video or a picture that Velveteen Dream became the new North American champion. This aired after that thing surfaced. But then there's rumors that the WWE restarted the match. So I don't know. Only people who really know were there, and I'm not sitting up there. I don't seek out spoilers. I let them come to me. So I want to see what happens. Is this guy the new North American champion? Or perhaps that was a teaser. Only time will tell. But when I saw that, I said, okay, now it makes sense why he won the WWE. Why he actually won the North America. If he did, why he won the tournament. Because I was like, oh, there we go. So let's move on to the Indies. So I was on Facebook and I saw that one of the groups for the culture, the Syndicate, led by Elijah Evans and his company, they just beat up the Elite. And his Facebook post was something along the lines of, who's all elite now? So shout out to Elijah Evans and company. Let's move on. Going to All Pro Wrestling, and we're in the main event. Jacob Fatu retained his title. He retained the All APW Universal Championship by defeating John Morrison and JR Kratos. Also, then we go to I Believe in Wrestling, where the champion Dion James, the Florida heavyweight champion, successfully retained the title against Mike Reed. And then also in that show, we saw Casey Lennox defeating Lexi Gomez. Let's move on. I went to the wrong screen. Okay. So we saw Miss Ariela Nyx defeat Nyla Rose. Shout out to Maximilian Cristobal for that photo. And as she tweeted after the match, and still your Capital Wrestling Women's Champion, hashtag the answer to your prayers. It was just before, as I was putting the show together, I was watching her on the Big Gold Belt podcast. They had an interview with her. Make sure you check that out, ladies and gentlemen. So then move on to Impact. Past week's episode, we saw Moose and Killer Cross defeat John Morrison and Brian Cage. And right there you can see on your screen, it was Moose getting the pin over the Impact Wrestling World Champion. So that is it from our outside of WWE, our independents. Now let's move on to the Black Wrestling Alliance New Gold, Black Gold. We're starting off with the Gym Nasty Boys, once again continuing their dominance of the indie tag team scene, claiming the AML Tag Team Championships. This is their 7th title in 12 months. Moving on. One half of the current Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Fly Death Warren J, has become the new Texas All-Star Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion, his second time with that title. Cassandra Golden becoming the new Action Pack Wrestling Women's Champion, her first title ever. Calvin Tankman is your new Wrestling Theology Fellowship World Heavyweight Champion. And then we saw the professional bruiser Terrell Kenneth winning the Pro Wrestling Takeover Championship. And then last but certainly not least, why is that not on my rundown? Hold on, I'll go right on Instagram and so I can make sure I got this right. Last but certainly not least, EJ Sparks becomes a Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion of Arizona after winning the SCW Heavyweight Championship. Also holds the RWA Heavyweight Championship and the CWFA Arizona Championship. That is brought to you, folks, by the Black Wrestling Alliance. Make sure you check out my boy A Dazzle on there at Black Wrestling Alliance, doing big things for the culture, folks, especially in Black History Month, giving you 28 Black wrestling icons. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you also check out my interview with him as he discusses how he started the page. Folks, that is going to do it for this episode of Wrestling for the Culture. As I get ready to, I'm doing this and recording it and get ready to edit it. It's right around the time before the Super Bowl starts. So by the time you listen to it, you might be either happy if you're along with me and the Rams are the champions, or you might be irritated once again if those dirty Patriots are champions. You're from Boston. Sorry, that's how I feel about your team. So, folks, that'll do it. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. Make sure you follow me at Brian H. Waters, and make sure you're subscribed. And if you like all the content you see right here, subscribe down low. Till next time, so long, everybody.